One of the great things about FL Studio is the amount of customization you get for the appearance of your door. And if you're like me, I spend most of my time inside my music software, so it's nice to have something that feels a bit more personal and just something nicer to look at. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you how to install FL Studio skins, and I'm going to be doing this showing you the old way through FL Studio 20, and I'll be showing you how to do it with the new feature in FL Studio 21. Let's get going. So first we're going to look at how to change the skin on FL Studio 20, and you need two things. The first thing is a software called FL Skinner or something similar to that, but this is what we're going to be using for this tutorial, and we have a link in the description for that. It's completely free, so feel free to download it, and it even comes with some extra skins, so it's pretty cool. And the other thing you'll need is WinRAR or some way of opening up a zip file. So the first thing you need to do once you've downloaded this zip file is to extract it, and then you'll have a regular folder with these two folders inside of it. You've got FL Skinner and skins. Obviously FL Skinner is for the software, skins are the extra skins. So just go into the FL Skinner folder and then click on the flskinner.exe. It may not say .exe at the end, but it's the only one that's not a DLL file. So once you double click on that, it pops up with an open window, and you just need to find your fl64.exe, and for me it's in here. Typically it's going to be in your program files, image line, FL Studio, and whatever number you're using. Once you've found your fl64 file, it'll open up FL Skinner into this, and it should automatically update the FL Studio that you're using. Now you can go out and find your own skins, but if you want to use the ones that came with the FL Skinner software, then simply open up the skins folder here, and you can copy and paste these into the skins folder for FL Skinner. So to find your skins folder, all you have to do is go on to FL Skinner and click on Open Skins Folder. And then this just loads up with the skin folder in your file explorer. Now just highlight all of the skins that come with the software, Control C or Command C if you're on a Mac, and then Command V or Control C into the skins folder for FL Skinner. Once you've added the skins to the skins folder for FL Skinner, if they don't appear, then just reload the program and they should be right at the top here. Now all I need to do is choose one of these to have as the skin that I'm going to use. I'm just going to click on Ice and then just click on Launch FL Studio, and it will launch Studio, obviously. And now as you can see, there's a completely different look to it. I'll be honest, this is a bit bright for me, so I'm just going to try another one out just for fun. Let's try Oceano. That's still pretty bright, but you get the idea. You know, I'm going to play about with this in my own time and figure out which one I actually want to use. My eyes might get adjusted to this, but it's pretty bright, isn't it? Another way you can customize FL Studio 20 is just by changing the color of different elements of the software. So if I go to the track here, I right click it, I can click change color, and I can choose whichever one I want. You get quite a lot of range with all of this. If you want to, you can click on this lock icon and you get even more. And yeah, so if I just click that, click accept, and then now I have a slightly pink track. And you can do this with a lot of different things in here. So if I click on this, I can go to random color, or I can even go rename and color. So you can definitely experiment with a load of different parts of FL Studio by changing the colors without having to get skins involved. And you can also even change the background of FL Studio without having to use skins. So what you do is you click view, and then if you go down to the layout section, you can go on background and you can choose set image wallpaper, set dynamic wallpaper, or set background color. So I'm going to click on set background color, and the same color selector comes up and we can just choose whatever we like. Let's go for this one. So if I just get rid of that, you can see that this is now the background color of FL Studio. So let's see how we can do this in FL Studio 21 with the new theme settings feature. With FL Studio 21, one of the things that got updated was the ability to change the theme of FL Studio without any other software needed. So to do this, all you need to do is go to options and then theme settings, and this is a new tab that's in the settings, and you can literally just go through these and choose whichever one you want. I'm just going to click on solar, for example, and just so I show you, if I go like that, you can see that there's a background of the sun, which is really cool. I can just choose any of these and go for a completely different look. I quite like this one, and what's really cool is you also have the AV feature at the bottom, so you can set these two to be different things and say that I want to choose this one to be the uranium one. I can then switch between the two, and you can even have the exact same one on there and make adjustments so that you can see which version you like better. And near the A/B section you have a save preset option, which is for if you adjust any of these presets, then you can save it as its own so you don't ever lose it. So speaking of adjusting the presets, we have 5 knobs here, and these affect the whole skin in general. So the first one is hue, and you can see it's slightly doing something, but that's because the saturation is all the way down. So if I turn that all the way up, you'll be able to see, look, it's changing color based on where it is on the color wheel. And then you can use the saturation with that to further customize how much of that color you want to come through, which I find quite nice because sometimes the colors can just be a bit too much. Next to that you have brightness, which does what you think it does. It just makes the whole screen brighter. You can go really crazy, which really hurts my eyes. If you want a dark theme, then you can go all the way down, but obviously it's quite hard to read there, so I find a happy medium is just a few up from the bottom if you're going for a dark theme, of course, but experiment with this. Next up is contrast, and you can play about with this to get a completely different effect. It's a bit dark. Let's go for, I quite like that. So now if we look underneath, we have some more options, and this is specific to certain parts of the skin. If you click on it, you can choose what color the selection is going to be, and once again, the same as FL Studio 20, if you click on the padlock in the corner, you can use any of these colors. So if I choose this, then as you can see, this has changed now. So now anything to do with selection is going to be that orange color. If I click on highlight, I can change the color that things are highlighted to. So if I click accept, you can see up here that the pattern mode toggle has changed and the A and B has changed. Obviously, when I go back to this one, it's going to change to the highlight for this preset. But if I'm on A, which is telling me that pink should be the highlight, so that works. And then we have mute. We can change the color for mute. So if I choose that to be purple, for example, so now you can see that the mute button has gone purple. And yeah, it's literally the same for the rest of them. You just click on whatever you want to change, and then you can change the color, and it's that easy. And if you want to save all of the customization that you've done, you can click on save preset so that you don't lose it. And if you like the preset that you've adjusted, but it's a little hard to see everything, if you click on light mode, it's basically gonna brighten up things that you need to see. So if I click on that, if you look in the corner over here, the audio clips pick a bit, then that's slightly brighter. It's subtle, but it's just anything to make your life easier when you're working on things, rather than having to search for things or strain your eyes. It's just a useful tool. The only one that's different in this adjustment section is the meters one, and you have a specific section here so that you can change the color at which the meter is for specific volumes. So you can say, okay, at the bottom I'm gonna have it to be pink, and then at 6 dB it's gonna go to purple, and then from there, if it goes above that, it's gonna go to, let's say, orange, and then just like a super dark red for the top bit. So now you've got these multicolor level meters, which just looks pretty cool. I find that if anything sort of is aesthetically pleasing, the novelty of it all just makes me excited to work in it. It's something very small and very silly, to be honest, but once again, if it helps me create music or mix music, then I'm not going to shy away from using some sort of novelty to keep me in. And of course, if you get bored of those colors, you can change them again and it feels like a new software, so that's pretty cool. So outside of the theme settings, we do have other options. So just like in FL Studio 20, we can right click on certain elements and choose change color, and then you've got a different color for that. You can do the same with patterns. You've actually got a random color one for that, which is pretty cool if you can't be bothered to open up the color palette. But if you click on rename and color, click on this bit at the side, and you can change the color. If you just click on the tick at the bottom, then it'll apply it. If you have a MIDI clip and you go into it to get into the piano roll, you can go to view, and then if you go to note colors, you can edit the palette, and you can choose specifically which colors are going to be representing which notes, which is really cool. And then if you go back to the theme settings, you'll notice at the bottom there is an option for audio and automation clips use note colors. So whatever note colors you've chosen, it will then be reflected in the audio and automation clips. So as I mentioned before, there is a save preset option for you to save any presets with adjustments that you want to keep as their own file. And you may be wondering, where do I keep these files? And there's a few places where the presets are stored, and they're all sort of stored in there for different reasons, but they do all aggregate into this presets section right here. So for the themes that you've adjusted and you want to save, just go to Documents, Image Line, and then FL Studio. Within that folder, there's a User Themes folder, and this is where you can save any adjusted themes. If you've downloaded any skins from FL Studio, then there'll be a download folder, and that's where they will be. And then for the default themes that come with FL Studio, you have to go to Program Files, Image Line, FL Studio 21, Artwork, Themes. If there are themes in any of those folders, then they will all appear in this section here. Thanks for watching. I hope you're excited to change the appearance of your instance of FL Studio. I know that for me, it was really fun just going through everything and getting really specific about how I want it to look. If you like this video, then please consider liking, subscribing, and clicking that notifications bell so that you never miss a video. And please leave a comment in the section below. We reply to them all, and we love hearing from you about this topic or even some questions you might have regarding FL Studio skins. For more in-depth tutorials, tips and techniques, and much more, check out homemusicmaker.com, and also have a look at our forum at forum.homemusicmaker.com to chat with some like-minded people. Both of these links will be in the description section below, as well as all of our social media links. Thanks once again for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.